How's it going? No, I was just inside and all that stuff, and Dad was getting the one room kind of ready for my cousin and all that, and I'm like, that's cool. And grabbed a couple things out of there, and I was like, now I think about it, I was like, I need to get my birth certificate. I was like, kind of want that when I go to move, and went and looked in a couple spots, see if I couldn't find it, but it's either in one of the boxes or something. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to order a new one from Hawaii. Yeah, there's things around that and where my identity is concerned that I'm concerned about. But that's aside the point, because, yeah, it's still linked to all the shit that I've been dealing with. But aside from this, while sorry, don't like it when it crosses over like that. Hopefully it's not so bad. But no, I was, grabbing a few things and taking a few things out of the room there too. I noticed one of the boxes and all it, and it had some of the paperwork from back when I ended up originally disabled and everything. See, and I think, yeah. See, back in 2002 and stuff like that, before then and all that stuff, yeah. By that point, I was an adult. So they were still not only were they still learning about people on spectrum then, and by that point had some better knowledge than what they had back in the 80s and into the mid 90s, but by that point, people were already labeling me crazy. That's what my mom and them were doing. So I had noticed, trying to be careful what I show on here because, yeah. But mental disorder, all that stuff, like they try to, some people that what's funny is that diagnosis that came with this was actually dropped because, yeah, I don't see shit. I don't hear voices in my head or whatever you want to call it and all that crap. I did a couple times, eating mushrooms, and that was kind of like, you know what, I'm good. I've had my experiences and all with the different drugs and all that, so I mean, and yes, this stuff is old, so it's been sitting in the garage. I'm sorry if some of it might be stained, but this is my 5th grade year. See, this was when I was getting transferred, when I was bouncing between classes. There's several of these floating around here and all that stuff, but that was 5th grade, and I was going between the intervention class, aka the special ed class is what everybody else would call it, and then the other classroom, because there were certain curriculums basically I needed to learn in those classrooms too. Plus, it was trying to get me used to being in a classroom full of, with that many kids. Yeah. But in the mix of it all, I thought it was pretty cool though, finding, my mom, some of my mom's work on her family ancestry. Like this stuff, I'm just making sure there's nothing on here that might have too much personal information. But that stuff there, some of her notes. You got a Dugan. Zweifel. Well, that's definitely a Jewish last name. It's not. I'm not trying to make fun of it, but there's just some names that just stick out. McGraw, Wright, Marianne Wright, Mary A. E. Wright, Beeson, Sanders. I wonder if we're related to the Colonel. It'd be cool, but can I have some of that Secret of the 11 Herbs and Spices, even though I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, somebody already outed that, I think. Eliza May. Mulligan. Yeah. King Philip. Okay. Wow. Holy crap. Like, this box is, like, full of, like, my mom's ancestry stuff that she did. 2 Mary Smiths and 2 Jeremiah Swains. Swain? Swanson? No, Sing Up Sinite! That's what it was. No. No, I haven't even actually really looked through these. I was just, aware of a lot of different things. I know my brother continued a lot of stuff, too, with that side. Jeremiah Swain and Mary Smith. There's just so much. This Jeremiah Swain is also, I guess, a part of the Bridges family, the Hignut family, and the Campbell and Petite family. Are you petite? No, I'm a little chunky. It's just really cool to look at some of this stuff. This is also how I learned about a couple of my grandmas and them. King Philip, really? This guy was supposed to be beheaded and quartered? Really? I didn't know we were related to him. And obviously wasn't really cool at all. Terrorizing colonists, burning towns. Wait, King Philip, terror of the colonies, dies as savagely as he lived. Yeah, it looks like this dude was a douchebag. No wonder he kind of got things happen the way it did. Wow, I didn't know we were related to King Philip. That's crazy. Brazil. That's through my grandma's family. Yeah, it's through my grandma's family. My mom's side. William Burnett. Yeah, it's just, yeah. And of course, Mom had a habit of also, on a couple of these things, it looks like she just, yeah. Oh, my mom, the stories that she did, Tales from the Trenches, The Lady in Black, by my mom of Trails in Paranormal. That was, took part of that and all that stuff. And this was actually one of the places we investigated. So there's a mix of investigation stuff. So if you look to not this side, the opposite side, you can see what looks like a woman standing there. The edge of a woman or whatever. Wow. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff. I mean, I grew up around this stuff, so I mean, yeah. There's things, like I said, that was going on as I was doing it, yeah. Back into Bud Abbott. Hey, Abbott! Hey, Abbott! He knows a Looney Tune commercial, too. Hey, Abbott! There's Alan Jones, Rhonda Smith. Yeah, this is pretty cool. These are a family tree. Wilford, Bales, Smallwood, Hoadley. These are cool. I never really went through all of this stuff, to be honest. Before I just, I'd watch my mom do this stuff and everything. She'd go through it. And there's Cherokee. William Brown, Dale Who Brown, William Brown. Kostrautar Algonstra Ostinaco. That's his wife. And then Cherokee, Ostinaco. And it doesn't, that's where that ends. Cherokee Indian woman. So, William Brown. Whoa, his daughter from there? Or, yeah, his daughter was a... What? Wow. I knew we had Cherokee in our ancestry. This would be on my dad's side. Or this could be my mom's side too, but my mom has a lot of, like, almost no non-white in her blood. Francis Phillips, Abraham, Delaware Dale, William Dale. Yeah, there's a... I can't pronounce some of the names for the Cherokee stuff, like this Ostinaco, Cherokee Ostinaco or whatever. And then there's the other one, but yeah, Kostra Tar Algonstra Ostinaco Cherokee. That would have been like one of my grandmas. Yeah, this is my dad's side. Lieutenant Thomas Arbuckle. John Arbuckle. Garfield. Jane Ann Arbuckle. Elizabeth Betsy Thompson. This is pretty cool. I'm getting kind of excited. Because, yeah. Nancy Crow. Oh, Crow. Mary Polly Robbins. Yeah, Joseph Robbins. Marston Green, Kirkland, Robbins, Jarrett. Back to... Okay, there we are. Francis Dale. But it was through Barry Walker. William Brown married the Cherokee lady, and that's where, yeah, was back there. So some of this is a little mixed up, it looks like. Oh, this is for Nancy Crow. It's crazy that they got it put down as pedigree chart. The pedigree, we're horses. Mary Wade. Oh, there's the numbers at the bottom, too. I just wasn't paying attention to that. Abner, Marston, Green, Wills. I thought it was saying Willis. It's like, what you talking about, Willis? Richard Snowden Kirkland. Okay. Joseph Annie Berry Dent. John Adams. What? About 1770. John Adars or Adams, something like that. Of course, there's the Shoe family. This is going through my mom's side. She's got a mix of my dad and my mom's ancestry in here. She's going down both sides. A lot of shoes. Lacey's. Or Lacey. Wow. This is pretty cool, actually. Joseph Shoe. Jacob Marsh. Couple there, Mark. Robbins. Cherokee Baker Roll Records. Arkansas. Hawes, Arkansas. J.H. Robbins. Oh, Edna Rogers. We'll never find the picture of my... Gosh. Sitting out in the garage. Dirty old garage. Oh. Susan Williford, Smallwood Williford. Barry Brown, U.S. War Bounty Lands warrants. Really? Who got the warrant? This is cool. This is actually really cool. You know, my mom did a lot of work on this stuff, and it's like, I had fun watching her do this stuff. It's just over time I also got, you know, I was a kid. So I absorbed only some things of it. I didn't really... Yeah. A bounty land warrants issued to veterans of the U.S. Revolutionary War. Yeah, I know. I've got family that has been a part of it literally up until, well, as far as I know. When it comes to, like, from my elder brother to my dad and so forth, I've got family that's fought in every single war where this country is concerned. We've got family that came across on the Mayflower stuff, Oregon Trail. What's weird is, like, the Armenian, like, in the Armenian genetics on my dad's side, that was, like, really far back. That's one part of me I find that's interesting, because around the time that that part of our family, like, basically going that far back, so where our family was concerned there, somehow, basically, they migrated from there up into Scotland. That's basically how it goes, because the Armenian part of it in the bloodline is older, you know, and that was around the time of Jesus, and I'd always kind of laugh about and get excited about the idea of the possibility that an ancestor of mine, like, crossed paths with them, or could have been at one of his, there why he I don't know what you call it, congregations or something, but I just always thought it was cool, or they could have crossed paths with one of his, you know, one of the apostles or anything like that. So I just, you know, when I look at that, I look at family genetics and all that stuff, and all, you know, realistically, you know, to me, it's a unifier in a lot of ways with people, because everybody seems to think that, oh, I'm all this, and it's like, when you really dig back, it's like, you know, your family at some point more likely interacted with these other folks and like family, and somewhere along the lines, because of whatever reasons and all that, politics, just say crappy politics, just overall, whether it's just politics between a couple people, how they interact and all that, and others, or what. But it's all Barry Brown. It's just, to me, it's very much a unifying thing. Oh, wow. Wow. So, from... Okay, Dale Who Brown, that's how it goes. His dad was William Brown. His mom was Kostrautar. I can't pronounce it. And then her mom, or her dad was Ostanako, and her mom was Ulusta, Ulutza clan, Moitoi. Going up I'll just go up the dad side of hers. You got Chief Hawassi? Cool. Woman of the Wolf Clan, Hawassi Cherokee. That's freaking awesome. That is so cool. Then you got going up, you know, the mother's line, the Kostra. I can't pronounce it. You got Ulusta is her mother, and then her grandfather name was Amatoya Moitoi the First, the Elder Tota. And then you got Quatsi, the Old Wolf Clan, Teleko Demoitoi. I can't pronounce it. I feel really... This is going back to like 1825. That is crazy cool. That is so cool. Related to some chiefs and all that stuff. It's... Now I don't feel... I guess you could... You know, it's stupid to some people. I don't feel completely bad about doing that little short, because the dryer started catching a beat, and I was like, yeah, it's got a good tone. Tota, and then, whoa, Amotoya Moitoy the First, the elder Trota, his dad was Thomas Passmere Carpenter. And his mom was Pos Pride Shawnee. She was Shawnee. This is so freaking cool! Holy crap! I don't want to try to pronounce that name because it looks like Orduyos. I can't pronounce it. Because, yeah, you got the old Wolf Clan, Moitoy Wolf Clan, don't have the name. Moitoy Pigeon of Toliko Moitoy, the supreme chief of the Cherokee, 1687 to 1754. And get Tagui Wild Potato Clan Moitoy. I'm getting excited. This is cool. Potato. Wild Potato. I'm excited about it. I can't help it. I think this is like really cool. Like, this is how I get when I learn about stuff like that with my family and relations and all. That's on my dad's side of the family. That is just freaking cool. Mulatto classification of Indian families and related laws, like I've been saying. Oh man, this is so cool. Prior to 1850, federal censuses were performed primarily for tax and land ownership recording purposes, and most Indians were either not recorded or included in the other free persons or free persons of color categories. Beginning in 1850, persons contracted to perform the federal census were encouraged to inquire as to persons' self-identification due to the fear of light skin, I'm not going to say that word, trying to pass themselves off as whites or Indians. Given that there were only 3 available categories, white, black, or mulatto, that persons who appeared to be obviously mixed-blooded of any kind were to be listed as mulatto, and that persons taxed could not be listed as Indian, who were inherently non-taxed. It is not surprising that there were few Indians recorded east of the Mississippi from 1850 to 1900. That's kind of fucked up. No wonder, like, in a lot of ways, it's really hard to... Sorry, I'm a little shaking right now. Wow. Senate. This is a thing. Living within his county. This is what they're talking about, and this is what the Senate, one of the Senate people said. I understand you to say that these 700 or 800 persons that you designate as mulattoes are not Negroes, but but are of mixture of Portuguese and Spanish, white blood and Indian blood. You think they are not generally... I do not think the blank blood predominates. The word mulatto means a cross between the white and the... This is crazy. This even talks about the Apalachicola... I can't pronounce it. They're in Jackson. And seeing... This might explain why I keep wanting to move where I want to move, to be honest. Like, it's right... might as well say... I'm not going to give specifics. But it's right in these areas. This is freaking weird. Because it's like feeling like I want to go home. Joseph Hosley, and that's... Like, I can't explain this stuff to people. I really can't. That's why I don't talk about some of this stuff. Just like some of it, yeah. Carpenter. So this is on my mom's side. Robert Carpenter. That's... Okay, yeah, this would be on my mom's side. So yeah, the Cherokee and everything like that. So that's how it goes. Okay. So this is my mom's side. So the Cherokee stuff is through my mom. It's just crazy how, like, they went from Robert Carpenter and Susan Jeffrey. Their son was Thomas Carpenter, and then 12th. Basically, I would be 13th. He'd be my 13th grandfather. I'm a Toy Matoy. My 11th great grandfather would be Moitoy Pigeon of Toliko Moitoy, the Supreme Chief. So he'd be my 12th or something. So what number I read, just add 1. 10th great grandmother. I can't pronounce the name and I feel weird because to me in English it's Orduyo Sty out of Alabama there. It's Cherokee. 9th great grandmother Quatsi, the Old Wolf Clan Toliko. So it'd be 10th. I would be 10th generation from there. That is just so freaking cool. So yeah, that's my mom's side. Oh, here's my dad's side. William M. Duncan from 1860. Moses. Mary A. William, Joseph, James, Mary, John. You know, some of these names like come up a lot even in my current family. Like between my brothers, my dad, my uncle. Yeah. So yes, there's a mix of my mom and dad's ancestry in here. Shelby Duncan, 1855 to 1925 from Kansas. This is what I'm talking about. My mom and dad's like both sides have been crossing paths for like generations. I don't know why. Because my mom's family, that's right there, same area. These people, Kansas, Missouri area. You got Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri also. Like, going into Russia and all that stuff. See, I can't help it. This is why when it comes to the theory of quantum entanglement, I can't help but feel like that plays a part in this. Like, I'm kind of got the shakes right now. William, Julia, Clarence, Claude, Madeline, Shelby, Rob. These are all Duncans. This is out of... And seeing, I know exactly, I know where I want to go. I know right where I want to go. And I'm not saying it on here just for obvious privacy things and all that stuff. I know a couple family members and stuff like that know too, but I know exactly where I want to go, and yeah. Joseph, Emma, Shelby, Anna, Mary. That name, Mary. Some of these names just keep coming up. There's some things, like I said, that I'm curious about that I will not, and all that I don't want to say out loud. Because I know exactly how that'll make a person look. Shelby Stone from World War I. His draft register. That's on my dad's side. One of my favorite artists is on the radio right now. Jesus. Shelby and Addie. That's got their home address too. Because this was from 1918. And now that makes me think of the Dropkick Murphys song, the Green Fields of France. It's one of my favorite songs. Like, yeah. Oh, I guess we're a Muse family too. Mary R. Muse. She got married to Thomas Duncan over there in Buchanan, Missouri. Or should it be Missouri? Yeah, I get excited about this stuff. I like learning about, like, this stuff. I like learning where my family comes from and all that. It's just, yeah, like I said, I've got some questions going on. Oh, shit. I wonder if... Okay. Like I said, there's things that I've been confusing in what I've been learning and all that stuff. And most likely, yeah. Wow. Zingler. Nashville, Tennessee. And I can't speak in Irish for Philadelphia. Hey, yo, Philly. Philly Maskovitz. No. This is cool stuff. Oh. I can't see. I'm gonna fold this because this is a conversation where my cousin's concerned. But that guy, seen someone that looks just like him. It's not the same person. I don't think that's the same name. That's why it's hard to see for me. It's a longer name. I feel like it's too long of a name. Just his face has just got some features to somebody I've seen. I can't. Yeah, I'm having trouble on that one. Wait, what? Oh, I guess this is where my cousin Christine got. That's when my cousin got. I'm not sure if she got attacked by a says something to do that happened to my cousin Christine, like where she had to go to the ER. Yeah, I'll move on from that because that I about her being in a gurney, lump on a head, all this other stuff, and I just when I'm reading it, just wow. Missoula mayor declares December's like missing Charisma Joydina, Native American Times. Why did she print that specifically out? And of course, the unknowns and all that stuff that Mom was trying to find. Thomas Pasmer Carpenter was also called Corn Planter. And you have Chief Amatoya, the first trader, like Trader. Tamanad Cherokee Chief. Quay DC Quatsi of Telico. White Owl Raven Chota Black. This is something cool. This is through Robin Judd. So you got a lot of chiefs and stuff in here. Through the Cherokee bloodline. I wonder if this is why I like being out in the forest and stuff like that a lot. Charles Kenneth. This is my grandpa. This is through my grandpa. Okay. So my grandpa Ken. No way. So through my grandpa Ken, his dad had the same name. So he was a junior. You had Charles Earl Chamberlain, Robert Lee Chamberlain, and then up through there, Elizabeth Denby. There's the Ollivants. There's Nancy Crow. Okay. And it's through that line, through... No shit. So, in a lot of ways, somehow, like, at the minimum, 7 or 8 generations from Native American chiefs. Yeah, she printed a lot of that out where it comes to this. Like, there's a few of these. Like, she printed this out a couple times. Roseanne Bittner. Embrace the wildland. Climb the highest mountain. These are all marked. Right now, like, yeah, my brain's firing off on some other things right now, too. But while I'm looking at this stuff. Like... What was my mom doing? I know she was learning about her family ancestry and all that stuff on both my dad and mom's side. Ride the Free Wind. River of Love. Sweet Prairie. What's funny is, like, I got a feeling this... Okay, yeah. Savage Destiny series. I've got a feeling this is those types of books my mom liked to read. You know how those different moms are. You know, oh, I don't read. I don't like porn. I don't read porn. But the novels they've got is full of like extremely well descriptive, situations. Ahi Charles Robbins, Illinois, all that. And then, yeah, Marianne Parsons. That name. And then there's... This is my grandma and my grandpa. Charles Kenneth Chamberlain and my grandma's Wilma Jean Shue. He was also married to a Dolores... Wait a minute. My dad... I mean, my grandpa... Do this just right so that you guys can see. This is through the Morris family. His mom was Elizabeth Morris and his dad was Charles Earl Chamberlain. But yeah, we have... I'm gonna do it like this because there's nothing else below. Yeah. Like I said, there's other things that's just kind of firing off in my brain right now. And the idea that all this was placed in with my stuff, like, instead of with their, like, in Mom and them stuff, like, this stuff was put into my stuff. Hey, we got beef stew recipe. The best crock pot beef stew recipe ever. From, I don't know, but it's the best one. Clay County, Kentucky. Yeah. I think I'm good at looking through this right now. Wait, what? Why is this all done in weird numbers? Page Stansbar. The key to the 1810 census is as follows. Oh, it's a key. Males under 10, 10 to 60. Female. And it shows the number of, it shows the number of how many people, I'll just say, they owned. But I don't know how to read it. A lot of these say 0 at the end. Like, all of them do. So I don't know how to read this stuff, but that's just, it's just fucked up. I don't understand that stuff. And definitely a fucked up part of history. I know my family had it definitely has some shady parts of history. The idea, I feel like they're starting to repeat some of it. That's kind of no. There's certain things I didn't realize. Well, I always called my Grandma Marge. I just didn't know about what I just learned. I liked her. I love that lady. She's a good lady. I have actually absolutely zero. Like, there's just, yeah. But, yep. Just, certain things, just like I said, there's things I haven't talked about. I won't bring forward or say out loud because I've just been I've had my hunches and stuff like that where my family's concerned. Certain theories, like I said to my folks yesterday, I was like, this family's got some really dirty secrets that it's been keeping. Like, I feel like I just, not just in the history part, I just feel like I just learned, like, yeah. I feel like I just learned, like, another piece of that whole big fucked up puzzle. Like, yeah, no. I'm still excited, though, to see where my family's come from and all that. The aspect, the Cherokee side of things and all that stuff. They were related to Chiefs. That's pretty cool. On my mom's side, related to a bunch of Chiefs and all that. And we've got King Philip. Even though I can't be excited about that. That guy obviously was quite the fucking douchebag. And then you got my dad's side, which a whole lot of, that's just crazy. Yeah. Anyways, I still got all kinds of questions and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm confused about some things that I've learned and what exactly I should say, who they pertain to. But yeah. That was a fun, like, find. A little treasure box right there of information about my family. I was like, you know what, that's really cool. Yeah. looking at that, I'm like seventh or eighth gen down from one of from Chiefs. Excuse me, from Native American chiefs and all that stuff. So that's just crazy. And I get more excited about that stuff and all. Yeah, I don't care for learning about that other stuff, like what I just found, and I don't care for that. That stuff, it's just not okay to me. You know, whether it's my family or someone else's. The idea that my family is so heavily mixed race. Like, my dad's side was very mixed race, and then there's my mom's side. I can't help but feel like that's probably why my mom's family hated my dad now. Because my dad's family is super mixed. Like, yeah. So, anyways, for some reason I'm starting to feel a little foggy and burned out or whatever. I'm getting a little, yeah. So I'm going to chill out before I go on my walk today. On my next walk, I'm about 8 miles into the whole thing. So I'll probably get it knocked out faster than I would expect, and I'll probably continue. Whether people donate to the fundraiser or not, I'll continue to do my walks and support of it. So it's okay. I guess I'm mind blown about what the things I've just learned. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.